Hey guys, how you doing? This is Jackson Trinity and welcome to part 10 of Motorsport Manager. So in part 9 you will have seen that we finally got our official podium, our first official podium, second place. And that has left us with Fernando Alonso in 4th in the drivers' standings. And in the teams we are also 4th by 2 points, but away off Mercedes. But that is pretty good going. That's like really the best of the rest when you take into, although my word, Force India are up at the top there actually. But you'd expect Ferrari, certainly Mercedes, and really in real world Red Bull as well. But yeah, top of the championship we have Raikkonen, and then Perez in 2nd, Bottas in 3rd. Lewis Hamilton is way out of the race, as is Vettel, which is probably making our lives a little bit easier. And then we have Stoffel Van Dorn back in 14th with only 6 points. So the car's performing a lot better than what I ever expected. And we are improving it, we're getting closer and closer to that average level, which is helpful. Pit crew's still good, staff is so-so, headquarters is okay, but our drivers are absolutely through the roof really when you compare it to grid average. So here we are now, we are going to go to the Cape Town track, Grand Prix even. So we're looking at acceleration, deceleration and low speed. I believe we're actually, how are we doing with improved parts? Will that tell us? Fit parts, design new parts, here we go. So acceleration is not ideal, but again we did lose a gearbox and an engine actually. Low speed corners we're okay at, and de-acceleration we're okay at as well. So we may have some trouble here around the gearbox issues again, but we'll just have to see how that goes. Now I'm thinking really in looking at the new, we completed the suspension in the last race, and we actually put the improvements through as well. So we're giving that suspension to Alonso as always. And I think Alonso still has the best parts, rear wings okay. I could probably get some reliability work done on these additional parts, maybe that might be an option actually, improve parts. Maybe want to get some improvements done on the engine actually as well, in terms of performance, reliability wise. What's causing us the biggest issue in reliability? It's been the wings, hasn't it? It's actually the wings that has caused us reliability issues in the previous races. Of course gearboxes as well. But we'll look at this and see if we can balance it out a little bit. So I want to save money right now for a big part upgrade. I was looking online about why I kept getting caught out with low risk parts, and it simply came down to the fact that they will get caught. There's the scrutineering, because it's classed as an F1 game, the scrutineering is incredibly, what's the word I'm looking for? Incredibly detailed, incredibly high, so there's a good chance that you're going to get caught out even with low parts. But I was reading that if you make a part that is good, excellent, but then you don't use it, so it still has banned parts on there or risks of being caught, you'll carry that over to next season. And that part will then no longer be banned or at risk of a rule break. So I may try to save up some cash here and see how I go with that. So with that in mind, we're going to have 19 days and 15 days after the race. We're going to take the run up into Cape Town now. In terms of tyres, medium tyre wear, low fuel burn, so that'll be quite nice. With it being medium tyre wear, I'm probably going to be wanting to use the supers and softs for the race, and with some ultras for our qualifying tyres. Now what we do with the qualifying tyres, because again we need to make sure that in Q2 we have the best tyre we possibly can for the race. And we may run the ultras. Mind you, the ultras will burn very quickly. Will it tell me actually? It won't tell me what the tyres will do, but we'll get into the race and we'll see actually how that goes. Practice is going to be clear, and then we're looking at a rainy qualification anyway. So I believe in the first race it was raining and I made a right mess of that in terms of when we came out for the track drying, so I need to keep an eye on that and make sure that I'm actually doing it correctly, which will always help. So we should be able to make use of our decent fuel management as we have right now in the McLaren. We never seem to have to manage it a lot, just every now and again, just keep it ticking over. Although we do have rain in practice as well. I suppose that will help to get us a wet setup. But what I'm thinking is, how long we've got rain? So the rain will end with about 12 minutes left of this session. But we still need to get the car in. And what am I going to do? Since it's going to be quite a medium, it looks like it's quite a bit of straights with this, so we're looking at quite a high downforce. Maybe low downforce, I don't know. We'll start with high and see how we go. So we'll take the plus 10 rule as always on the wings. Tyre pressure, will less tyre pressure make it any better? And along with camber as well, I'm not too sure. See, we need to go more towards acceleration, which is going to cause us a problem anyway. Suspension stiffness will give us more towards the oversteer mark. I think that's what we'll do. It is raining. It's classed as damp, not wet. It's going to get much. It's just going to stay as damp, isn't it? So we'll go out on the inters as well for Fernando. That's what we'll give Fernando. And we'll also do the same for Stoffel. So that was 17.1, that was 27.1. Was it just one tick of tyre pressure? I think it was. And the camber, again, I need to probably look into actually how the camber really impacts the car. So that was down at 25 and that was 31. Puts us roughly in the middle of the ballpark areas. Well, that is a higher downforce setup for Stoffel. I'll send him out and see what he says. I'm going to take the practice again. I do quite like taking the practice sessions. I believe if you were playing this as quite a long game, you may get pissed off with it pretty quickly. So stints, we're always going to go for the 4-lap race trim. Tyre choices, inters, and go. And then we'll just get Stoffel out as well. Race trim, 4 laps. And go. And then we'll just kick the time up a little bit now. See what the guys have to say about the car's setup. It's quite a nice track, is this actually? It really does have the street circuit feel with the little roundabouts in there. Reminds me of an Indianapolis course. I can't for the life of me think which one it would be. Would it be Miami? I think it might have been the Miami track. Fernando actually got out there in front of everyone. Happy with the gear ratio so far, which is very nice. Really start to think I'm getting a bit of a feel now to how to set the cars up. Just a little bit of tweaking. Stoffel's happy with the gear ratios as well. 121.2. Aero's good as well. And if we get this sorted out in one go, I'll be very happy with that. Aero's happy as well. Just to limit the running in practice, to be quite honest. That's going to be something we don't want to put too much wear and tear on the car, on the parts. Happy with the handling as well. So the rain's going to die off towards the 19 minutes left. Although it is going to continue. Stoffel's happy with the handling as well. This is going swimmingly well. Give us some knowledge as well. I'm not going to be able to get any tyre knowledge if it continues raining. It looks like it's going to rain for the session. Or maybe we just run the session in the wets and get the best we can out of the tyres. Would we... see, the track is only damp, so it only calls for inters. I don't want to put wets on. In fact, the rain has stopped now, which Alonso is coming in. Maybe we just send him out on some of them. Let's just hit that. Wow, okay, so downforce is excellent, handling is excellent, and speed balance is good. That's awesome. So the track is going to be damp for about 5 minutes, maybe 5 to 6 minutes. Speed balance, he was happy with the gear ratios. So in terms of what we're going to do in the race, we're going to run the longest stint on this softs, 9 to 11, 11 to 13. And I think that's what we're going to do, is we're going to run the longest stint on the softs in the race. The ultras are only going to give us 7 to 9. So we in Q2, we do outlap, it'll give us 5 laps maybe on the ultras at the start of the race. Then we come in, and I think we probably go straight onto the softs at that point. So with that in mind, I'm going to give Fernando a little bit of a run on the softs, which will give us some more knowledge. I didn't actually know what I sent him out on, thinking of that. I'll give him our 4-lap race trim. I'll also give Stoffel the option to go out on the softs as well. We'll get out there, we'll get some laps on the soft, get some knowledge on the tyres, gives him hopefully a wearability bonus. Not that we can wear them, of course, but that they don't wear quite as quick. Actually got some little modifiers. It's all about putting in the perfect lap free from distraction, overall +2, whatever the hell that means. But yeah, we'll get some knowledge on the soft tyres between the two drivers. And then when the rain starts again, we'll bring them in and we'll do the rest of the session on quali. And it's still going to stay between damp and dry. It's not really going to get wet again to need the wet tyres. But see, Hamilton's out on the ultra softs. That just put us up into second at the moment on the soft tyres. Rain's coming in again. So what I want to do is bring in and bring in. Looks like Van Dorn is in already, so we're going to get send out. I'm going to go stints. We don't have a massive amount of intermediate tyres for the race though, will we? And I'm talking about race strategy, but we're going to be using inters and wets. I actually think... This is going to be a tough choice. We're not going to have enough tyres for the race because we need to get through qualification, which is wet. We're going to need to get through the race itself, which is going to be wet as well. I think we cancel. And we just skip to the end. Probably done as much as we can in terms of setup for the cars. I think we just skip to the end of practice after this lap. We bring Alonso in. Excuse me. We bring Alonso in, and yeah, we just skip to the end. We won't make the most exciting video right now, but I'm concerned about the amount of tyres that we have available. I do want to do some practice quali laps though. Okay, it's got a point. Let's get a new set of inters on. I'm probably going to absolutely nobble myself right now, but let's get some quali. 3 laps. Another set of inters. Probably really going to cause myself some issues here, but I do also want to get some quali trim in as well. So is this as hard as the rain is going to be? It looks like it is. Temperature's going to drop off as well. This might be the perfect area for the inters. I'm going to get some more knowledge on the inters as well. track's not getting any wetter at the moment, which is great. Kind of the sweet spot for the intermediate tyres, which is really good. I'm going to get at least one level of qualification trim. Guys are still reporting that they're happy with the way the car's set up. Hopefully that'll help us through the race. We have level 1 qualification trim, that's pretty good. I like how I absolutely contradicted myself there as well. I was like, nope, nope, not going to do any more race. Oh, you want to go out again, do you? Yeah, go on then. It makes sense that we have some sort of setup for the qualification. That's all looking good. Rain is easing off a bit, and it will ease off towards the end of the session as well. Alonso's coming in. We might get a second tick of qualifying trim. Not too sure. That'd be nice if we did by the end of it. They are coming in. There we go, lovely. It's better than what I expected, really. So that's Alonso in, Van Dorn in, and we call it at that. 4th and 5th is where I seem to think the car is. Excuse me, my voice is not doing very well today. 4th and 5th seems to be where the car is right now this season, so far anyway. Maybe that will change as other cars, I'm assuming, will continue to upgrade their vehicles. Excuse me for that slopping sound, that is just my drink. So at the time practice, 4th and 7th. I reckon we can eat into that on the Ultras as well. I actually skipped the usual sarcastic comments about my jet ski and helicopter lifestyle. On champagne as well, let's not forget the champagne. Right, so what are we looking for? It's just damp right now. It's nothing major. If the track's damp, the grip's going to be low. So we'll get the quali trim on and we'll get the soft tyres. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get them out on a set of softs. Actually, they're all going out on ultras. I don't think we need ultras right now. Send them out on a set of scrubbed softs. Certainly the best time. Although if everyone's going out on ultras, maybe we should at least do that as well. And that is what I'm going to do. Hopefully get them out and get a lap done pretty quickly. So auto on, auto on. Hopefully we can get a decent lap in. Tyres are nice and, well, they're overheated actually right now. Stoffel has cooked his brakes. And the tyres are very cold. Get a lap in. Let's see how we do. Alonso, Van Dorn, Grosjean, Leclerc, Stroll, Perez, all out on ultras. Be curious to see how an ultra lap in this weather will be versus an inters. By quite a bit there so far, although Hamilton's just tanked us as well, giving us a 1.3 second dropping down the order rapidly. In fact, the rain has stopped again. And I think we're going to immediately send them out on the same set of tyres. Absolutely rinse them. It's only Q3, but I want to make sure we get out in, we get through Q3. Once we've got past the traffic, that's good going. Bottas, the speed for the Inters there on Bottas. So track has dried out fully now. Grip is low. But hopefully, goddamn, the rain comes almost immediately again. That's unfortunate timing. I think at some point I need to update my telemetry centre. And get some better laps here. 6th and 13th. Alonso will be through no problem. Van Dorn is... he's got quite a decent gap actually between 14th and 15th. But that is Raikkonen and Magnussen towards the end of the... towards the tail end of qualification there. The qualification threshold for Q1. And we'll just push on and see what comes in now. I think we're through. Ericsson's going to improve possibly on his lap time. Okay, so we did eke our way through that one. But we completed Q1 and we are through to Q2. So Q2, this is where we're going to be starting on the tyres that we set our fastest lap on. I'm saying that more for myself as I need to keep remembering that fact. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Track is going to be damp. We are looking at rain all the way through the session. I think for the first 10 minutes we get out on the inters immediately. 3 to 5 laps on these. I think we need to use the scrubbed inters as well, because we won't get any more back. Van Dorn is crap on his tyres. I'm maybe going to put him at risk by doing this. I wonder how effective slipstream is on this game. And you know, guys, they're actually going out on the ultras with the rain so heavy on the track. I'm quite surprised by that fact. Stunned because there's no grip. The track is absolutely soaked. Inters are probably going to be toast by the end of this lap, and we're going to have to move on to wets. Raikkonen has switched to wets now. Ericsson, Leclerc and Stroll are also on the wets. Can't imagine the Ultra's actually giving us anything else. Also sets the fastest on a scrub set of inters. Van Dorn as well is in third. Hamilton has gone past us though by 1.3 seconds. The thing is, if this is going to be our fastest lap, then we are going to be in trouble. Okay, so what we're looking at now, we now have a considerable gap, and I think with that considerable gap in place, I'm going to do a lap on the ultras. Send them out on the ultras. And send Van Dorn also out on a new set of ultras. If we can get a faster lap with that in place. The track is damp, but it will dry out fairly quickly. Probably by the end of this lap, the track will have dried. It should give us the perfect opportunity to get a fast lap in. When we get this lap in, it should be job done, I'm hoping. That'll be the end of our qualifying. That means we start on the ultras. We'll go for a short stint, and then get out, get an early pit stop, and hopefully with the soft tyre knowledge that we have, although it's not a vast amount, it's not like the higher levels of 2 or 3 that we're used to having, we'll get this lap in faster than what we've done previously on the Inters. And that feels like a plan for the race. If the race is soaked, then we'll have to start on a different set of tyres. Very good. And Van Dorn directly behind him as well. Well, Hamilton is now on his out lap on the Ultras. I think we're looking at 4th and 5th, 5th and 6th maybe at a push, if we're unlucky. Okay, so 1 minute left. I'm going to bring the cars in. Hopefully McLaren will perform better than what they did in the Australian Grand Prix, which I watched over the weekend. So Magnussen is going into second. Still 2/10 behind us, but he has gone into second. Hamilton hasn't improved at the moment. We could have this in the back here, guys. And if you can hear what one of my neighbours has started to cut their lawn right now, which is lovely. Hamilton there improves. He's going to take our first place, our pole away from us. Van Dorn's dropping down the order as well. Bottas now ahead of Alonso. Again, I'm talking about like this is Q3 when it's actually only Q2. I just realised there's a Q2 elimination threshold. Based on the assumption that we're going to run maybe just one lap in Q3. So Q2 tyres will be locked if it's going to start the race. I mean, we don't know how the race is actually going to be. Our telemetry centre is telling us that it's slightly different, and that's going to be wet, but when we actually get out there it could be slightly different. So Q3, what are we looking at right now? Have we got a phase when the weather's going to break? Towards the end of the session. So the question is, do we go Johnny Big Balls and wait until that point? And that's probably what we're going to do. Look at the time moving along. A few cars coming out now. The sun's going to start breaking out round about the 7-minute mark. The sun's going to come out. It's going to dry off. I know you need to set a lap time, lads, but honestly, trust me on this one. I'm going to wait until the rain stops. Temperature's going up as well. Does that mean the track's going to dry quicker? I hope. Rain is easing. Certainly not raining as heavy as what it has. Still classed as wet on the track. Okay, so we're going to pause there, send out, ultra soft, go. Oh, that's good timing. Track is damp, but again drying quickly. I think I might have got a handle on this. Again, we'll see what happens. So we're looking at a purple, although I think Van Dorn has just taken the purple he has away from Alonso. That's really good going. Assuming that everyone else will be coming out to do laps now at this point, with only 3 minutes left. There we go. P1 and P2. 5/10 slower than Alonso, but that is good going. Looks like we've got everyone's going to be coming out now on the Ultras. Hamilton's still in the pits. Hamilton's changed to the softs actually, so Hamilton is now coming out on the soft tyres. So that's P1 and P2 provisional for Q3. The guys doing the tyres. Magnussen has done his. Couldn't improve on that time. Bottas has gone Perkins sector 1, Perkins sector 2 as well. Unless he has something. There we go, there we go. Bottas into first. Hamilton, no purple sectors. Van Dorn has dropped down. And there we have it, everyone else is doing their in-lap. So we have second place start for Alonso. Van Dorn in 6th. So that is going to be good going. Hamilton, cracking time there. Half a second slower on the super. Sorry, 2/10 slower than us on the super softs. Let's see what happens. Okay, guys. Well, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.